It's commonly it's commonly said that Jesus is God, or according to the Old Testament, God can be a complex unity. Now, I'm just now very briefly, like to keep this video as short as possible, I'm just going to be reading Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, and this is the verse. This is the most clear. This is one of the most clear verses in the Old Testament that shows that God can only be one being or one person. He cannot be a compound unity. Thus, the concept of a trinity, or the concept of one God being a complex unity, is completely false given this verse. The verse Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4 says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." Now the Hebrew word akhad is going to be is going to be investigated here. Now, according to some Trinitarians and some Christian scholars, they say that the Hebrew word akhad means a compound unity, or many things in one. And they'll cite Old Testament verses to state this. They'll cite, Numbers chapter 13 verse 23, Genesis chapter 1 verse 5, etc., etc. Now the issue here, the issue really arises that the Hebrew word akhad simply means one alone. If we read Genesis chapter 1 verse 5 and Numbers chapter 23 verse 13, these verses create the illustration to the novice that the Hebrew word akhad can mean a compound unity. This is false. If we look at if we really pay attention to that word, this is false. For example, if we read Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 6, it says, "At the mouth of one witness," the Hebrew word akhad is used, and it means one, as in one mouth, or one witness, as in one person. The Hebrew word akhad is again used in Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 15, where it says one akhad, Hebrew word being akhad, witness. That means one person. The Hebrew word is again used in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 8. It says there is one alone without a companion. That means one person or one being. Again, the Hebrew word akhad is used in Genesis chapter 42 verse 11. We are all one, Hebrew word being akhad, man's sons, one, as in one being. Akhad is again used as one in Exodus chapter 9 verse 6. It says, "But not one animal belonged to the Israelites died." One being, one animal. Numbers chapter 13 verse 2 says, "Send one," the Hebrew word akhad, "man from each of their ancestral tribes, each one," Hebrew word akhad, "a leader among them." Each one, the Hebrew word akhad, a leader. That means one leader. So the verses I just cite state that the Hebrew word akhad is used, and clearly the word akhad is referring to one animal, one being, one leader, and not a compound unity. That means one. Like if I say I am akhad, that means I am one being. I'm not like a compound unity. So basically, these Trinitarians and these Christian scholars, they're purposely distorting the Hebrew word. The Hebrew word akhad can only mean one alone, one being. So that's the correct understanding of the Hebrew word akhad according to other Old Testament passages. So when the Old Testament, or when the Bible says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one," this is this is absolute proof, or this is the clearest evidence that the Old Testament is teaching monotheism, as in monotheism being that there is one being that is God, and that one God can only be one God. He cannot be a compound unity, because that Hebrew word used in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 is referring to one being or one God, not a complex unity. Stay tuned. More videos are up ahead.